we need to talk about when a restaurant targets you so specifically that you just have to go check something out. And that's how I felt about the Cherry Cola Pie Shake at Herbies Burgers. Cherry pie filling, Coca-Cola, shortbread cookie crumble, vanilla ice cream, and whipped cream and cherry on top. How could you pass that up? And anything that's cherry cola flavored is like my favorite thing on the planet. If you're a fan of our silly snacks, you know anytime there's a cherry cola flavor anything, or even a cola flavor anything, it's just one of those things that I never can talk bad about. So while it was still on the menu, we took the opportunity to go to the Schenectady location and check it out. The first thing to note about this shake is they forgot the cherry on top. Not totally unforgivable. Hopefully there's a little bit of cherry pie filling inside of this shake. On my first sip, I actually didn't get any cherries at all, but then as we mixed it up a little bit, there was definitely like large chunks of cherries throughout this thing. As far as the flavor, I didn't get a whole lot of Coca-Cola flavor coming through it, but as you drink it more, the vanilla ice cream takes a little bit more of a back seat to that kind of cola flavor, and you get a little bit more of it. I think the fact that this is just so rich, I think it just gets buried in there as far as the flavor goes. They could probably add double the syrup, and it probably still wouldn't taste very strong. But one of the things that's really cool about this is as you're drinking it, you get those little chunks of shortbread cookie. This was a home run of a shake, and one of those things where it's like, yeah, of course it was amazing. How do you go wrong with a cherry cola flavored anything? And even though the cherry cola wasn't strong, I still love this a lot. Now, I've covered Herbies Burgers here a couple times in the past. Every time we cover it, I tell you guys, it's essentially the Capital Region's little chain version of like In-N-Out. It's the closest thing we have here to that experience, short of actually getting on a plane and going to California or Vegas or wherever else they have In-N-Out Burger. But the whole deal here in terms of the burgers is it's a smash burger, and they do it like with the animal style with that kind of like sauce, a nice potato roll, and the burger is just a great experience here. And on this visit, even though me and Cassie mixed up our single and double, obviously I'm Mr. Double, we figured it out after a while, and we were on our way enjoying the burger. Whenever we go to Herbies, I gotta do the animal style fries, and I'm sorry, I gotta call it animal style. I think they call it loaded or whatever it is, where they melt cheese on top of the fries. They're shoestring potatoes, just like In-N-Out, and then they bathe it in their little nerdy sauce, which is their like In-N-Out sauce, and then they top it with like caramelized onions. It's totally something you have to eat with a fork, but as somebody who loves going to the West Coast and doing the In-N-Out thing, even though they've kicked me out for filming there before, getting this at Herbies is one of those things I have to do. On this visit though, I have to say, and I'm not complaining I guess, but they put a lot of cheese on mine, so much so that I really couldn't taste the sauce. And as you look at my footage, you'll see because the colors are very similar, it kind of blends together. So it's really difficult for me to tell what was what in terms of this, but it tasted really, really cheesy. Again, not complaining, it just, the balance was off a little bit for me. But the caramelized onions, so good. I think out of everything on there, like if you do the fries with just caramelized onions, it'd probably be pretty amazing. And again, the caramelized onions was also on the burger. So it's like one of those things where it's like, even though you're getting the same flavors on the fries and on the burger, it's different because like eating it on a bun is different than eating it on the fries. I don't know, maybe I'm just crazy for saying something like that, but you know, let me know in the comments. When you do like In-N-Out, you gotta get everything animal style, right? One of the things we had to do on this visit was check out their new chicken tenders. As far as the description, they call these hand-breaded in-house with organic, cage-free, hormone-free chicken. We just ordered a 3-piece because we figured one each. They didn't prompt us for sauce. I thought it came with like their nerdy sauce. But as I look at the menu online here, I noticed they have a few other options as well. I wish I would have tried some of these, especially the sweet maple jam and the habanero hot sauce. They did add a whole bunch of really, really cheap looking ketchup packets in there. And I'm not being a snob about it, whatever. I'm just not gonna eat ketchup with chicken tenders. It's just not something I care to do. The reason why I'm harping on the sauce a little bit too much is because as you bite into these chicken tenders, they are a little dry. That's not a knock, it just is what it is. When you have hand-breaded tenders, it's pretty easy by the time they actually get cooked fully for them to get a little bit overcooked as you fry them, especially when you fry them as dark as they're fried. And the breading here is kind of also on the dry side as well, so it definitely needs a sauce. In terms of flavor, the breading is awesome. The chicken tastes really, really good. The dryness, it just pulls away from that experience a little bit, but not bad. I'll probably stick to burgers at Herbies, but it is cool to know that they now have chicken options. Having the menu with just single and double burger and either regular or vegan seems kind of limiting, so expanding to chicken and doing chicken sandwiches is definitely like a natural extension, so I'm a fan. But yeah, we're totally big on Herbies Burgers, and this is actually the first time I've checked out the Schenectady location. Nice little place, definitely low key, definitely has that fast food feeling. And yeah, I'm totally going back. Let's talk about price here for a minute. When you do the double burger, the loaded fries and a shake, you're definitely up over $20, probably around $25. And that probably puts you on par with like Five Guys, but I would say the value here is definitely a lot better because everything is fully loaded. At Five Guys, you can load the burger, but in terms of the fries, you get a lot of fries, but you don't get much on it other than like Cajun seasoning. So the fact that you get loaded fries is amazing. And these shakes, I think actually are a lot better than Five Guys. I don't want this to turn into a comparison of Herbies and Five Guys, but making that kind of natural comparison based on the price, that's kind of where I'm landing here. 3-piece tenders for $7, definitely a little bit on the high price side. It's natural organic chicken. You know, you got to factor all that in as well. If you enjoyed this, be sure to hit like on the video. And if you enjoy meal breakdowns like this one, consider subscribing. If you want to know more about Herbies, what I'll do is put a couple videos on the screen, one of which is kind of this, where I did it early on in their life cycle with a regular burger animal style with the fries animal style, and then the vegan version, which is actually pretty amazing. And I typically don't like vegetarian vegan burger type stuff, but I think they do an amazing job. Click into that right now, and we'll see you in the next video.